Have you ever felt lost in a crowd, like no one really sees you? Picture this: a young woman named Sarah steps into a bustling city for the first time. The noise and lights are overwhelming. She clutches her map, feeling uncertain and vulnerable. As she navigates the streets, she can't shake the feeling that she doesn't belong. She wonders if anyone will notice if she disappears among the throngs of people. In moments like these, we seek guidance and reassurance, just like Sarah. We all experience times of struggle, whether it's feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities, tackling insecurities, or searching for deeper meaning in life. These feelings connect us as humans, and we often long for someone to show us the way. In our darkest moments, the search for hope becomes intense. This brings us to something extraordinary Jesus said, "Therefore go and make disciples." At first glance, it may sound like a complicated task meant only for church leaders or missionaries. However, when we take a closer look, we see that Jesus' words are actually a warm invitation for all of us. When Jesus gave this command to his disciples in Matthew 28 verses 19 to 20, he was preparing them to continue his mission on earth. He wanted them to reach out, build relationships, share love and wisdom, and ultimately connect people to God. This wasn't just about converting others, it was more about walking alongside them in their struggles and guiding them toward hope. Imagine being a disciple of Jesus. It means learning from his teachings and then passing that knowledge on to others, a beautiful chain of connection and growth. Just as Sarah felt alone in the city, many people are looking for someone to light their path. We have an opportunity to be that light for others. As we embrace Jesus' call, we can begin making small changes in our daily lives. It might start with a simple conversation or a friendly gesture, a smile that says, "I see you." By sharing our experiences and faith, even just a little, we can help lift each other up through life's challenges. So today, let's reflect on our own journeys. Who can we reach out to? How can we become part of someone else's story? Like Sarah finding her way in the city, let's step forward with love and purpose, knowing we're not alone in this quest to multiply faith. As we continue with Sarah's journey, let's take a moment to explore the words of Jesus that guide us toward hope and connection. Picture this: after navigating the busy streets of the city for hours, Sarah finds a quiet park bench to catch her breath. As she sits there, she pulls out her phone and scrolls through social media, seeing friends posting pictures and sharing their lives. The bright smiles on their faces remind her that everyone has their own struggles, even if they don't show it. It is during such moments of reflection that we can discover powerful insights. One of the most significant teachings of Jesus comes from Matthew 28 verses 19 to 20, where he says, "Therefore go and make disciples." This phrase might sound familiar, but it's so much more than just a command, it's a calling meant for each of us. Imagine the scene when Jesus spoke these words. After his resurrection, he gathered his disciples on a mountain in Galilee. They were filled with mixed emotions, joy at his return but also uncertainty about what lay ahead. Jesus was sending them on a mission that would change the world forever. He wanted them to take the lessons they learned from him and share them with others. This wasn't merely about gathering followers, it was about creating a community rooted in love and faith. When he told them to make disciples, he invited them to foster relationships and help guide others as they navigate their own paths. Just as Sarah sat on that park bench feeling lost among many, countless people around us are searching for purpose and connection today. Jesus realized that his disciples were entering a world full of doubt and challenges, and he wanted them to be pillars of strength for others. This message still resonates deeply in our lives today. We don't have to be theologians or church leaders to reach out and share what we know. Each small act, whether it's lending an ear to someone in need or sharing a piece of wisdom, can make an incredible difference. So as we reflect on our own journeys, let's ask ourselves, how can we embrace this call? Who in our lives could use a little love and support? Like Sarah discovering her strength through connection, we too can step out boldly to make disciples by simply sharing our stories and guiding one another toward hope. Let's carry Jesus' message forward as we embrace the beautiful journey of multiplying faith together. As Sarah takes a deep breath on the park bench, feeling a bit more grounded, she begins to ponder what it truly means to be a disciple of Jesus. She realizes that it's not just about being a follower, it's about embracing a way of life that reflects his teachings in every moment. Imagine standing at the foot of a grand mountain, ready to embark on an incredible journey. Discipleship is just like that, a path filled with learning, growth, and the heart of faith guiding you forward. Being a disciple of Jesus involves more than attending church or reading the Bible. It means making a commitment to understand his teachings and apply them to our daily lives. Think about the stories Jesus shared. He taught us about love, forgiveness, compassion, and service, a way of living that invites us to look beyond ourselves. When Sarah sees her friends' posts online, she starts to feel inspired by the idea that even small acts of kindness can impact those around us. Let's take a look at how Jesus exemplified this in his life. He spent time with people from all walks of life, the lost, the broken, and the marginalized. He reached out without hesitation, showing genuine love and acceptance. In doing so, he illustrated how each one of us can also reach out to others. As disciples, we are called not just to learn but to live out these principles daily. Consider the story of the Good Samaritan, Luke 10 verses 25 to 37. It teaches us that true discipleship involves helping those in need, no matter who they are or where they come from. Sarah realizes that being a disciple means actively choosing to be kind and compassionate, even when it's challenging. It's in these moments of service that we discover deeper meaning in our lives while nurturing faith within ourselves. So how does this apply to our everyday experiences? Whether we're interacting with family, coworkers, or even strangers on the street, we have opportunities to reflect Christ's love and teachings through our actions and words. Sarah smiles as she thinks about how her little gestures, listening to a friend or offering help, can light someone else's path. Let's take a moment for reflection. How can we embody the teachings of Jesus today? In what ways can we be intentional disciples in our families and communities? Remember that every step we take in faith, no matter how small, contributes to multiplying hope and love around us. Like Sarah stepping off the bench feeling empowered, let us walk boldly forward as disciples ready to make a difference in this world. As Sarah sits on the park bench, feeling a little more empowered by her reflections on discipleship, she realizes something important. Jesus' command to go and make disciples isn't just for a select few. It's a call to action that resonates with every believer, including her. In that moment, she understands that each person has a unique role in spreading faith and love in the world. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, where the waves are constantly crashing against the shore. Each wave represents an opportunity for connection, and Jesus invites us all to be part of this incredible movement. When he spoke to his disciples after his resurrection, he wasn't merely addressing them as the leaders of the early church, he was extending this call to everyone who believes in him. This mission is like an open door, welcoming all of us to step inside and join hands in spreading hope. Throughout history, we've seen how ordinary people have made extraordinary impacts when they embrace this call. Think about your own life. How many times have you encountered someone who made you feel seen or heard? Maybe it was a teacher who believed in you or a friend who offered support during tough times. Just like those individuals, we can also touch lives by sharing our experiences and offering encouragement. Sarah reflects on how simple moments can create ripples of faith in our communities. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, can lead someone closer to understanding God's love. We don't need fancy titles or extensive theological training, we just need to be willing vessels ready to share what we know and care about others. Jesus' teaching encourages us to embrace this mission wholeheartedly. Imagine being part of a team where everyone contributes their unique strengths. Whether it's through volunteering at local shelters, mentoring youth, or simply checking in with friends who may be struggling, every effort counts. So today, as we think about our own lives, let's remember that each one of us has a role to play in making disciples. The world is waiting for us to step up and take action. Ask yourself, who can I reach out to today? How can I share my faith through everyday interactions? Just like Sarah finding her voice amid the noise around her, let each of us take courage and answer this call together. As we move forward in faith, let's commit ourselves to spreading love and hope wherever we go, knowing that our actions can inspire change one heart at a time. As Sarah continues to reflect on the call of discipleship, she begins to see the importance of relationships in multiplying faith. She recalls a story that she heard from a friend about how genuine connections can make a world of difference. It was about two people named Alex and Becca, who, despite their different backgrounds, forged a friendship that changed both their lives forever. Alex was struggling with his faith. He often felt lonely and unsure about his purpose. One day, while waiting for the bus, he met Becca, who was friendly and always had a smile on her face. They struck up a conversation that lasted well into the bus ride. Becca shared her own experiences of feeling lost and how she found hope through her relationship with Jesus. This moment sparked something in Alex. He realized he wasn't alone in his struggles. Over time, they began meeting regularly to talk about their lives and faith. Becca would share Bible stories that inspired her, which led Alex to start exploring Scripture himself. These conversations became opportunities for both of them to grow. They started attending church together and even got involved in community service. Through their friendship, Alex not only found renewed strength in his faith, but he also discovered a passion for helping others. Sarah feels uplifted by this story as she recognizes how powerful relationships can be in nurturing faith. Just as Alex and Becca supported each other, we also need companions on our journey, people who inspire us, challenge us, and lift us up when we feel down. In every friendship or connection made, there lies the potential for multiplying faith. Taking it further, think of how Jesus surrounded himself with his disciples. He didn't just teach them, he walked alongside them each day, sharing meals, stories, and even challenges. Jesus showed how relationships are vital for growth. Each person has their own story. Connecting with one another allows us to share experiences and build a community grounded in faith. As Sarah revisits her own life, she considers those around her, friends, family members, even acquaintances who might need that same encouragement. She resolves to reach out more intentionally. Whether it's inviting someone to coffee or simply being there to listen, these moments create opportunities for growth and support. So let's ask ourselves, who can we connect with today? How can we nurture relationships that allow faith to flourish? Remember that just like the bond between Alex and Becca can multiply hope in our lives, so can our connections with others create ripples of love throughout our communities. As we step forward together in faith today, let's embrace these opportunities and remember that every relationship has the potential to deepen our understanding of God's love. As Sarah reflects on the power of relationships, she also confronts a common hurdle that many people face: fear. It's natural to feel scared about sharing our faith with others. She remembers the first time she felt that stirring in her heart to talk about Jesus. Her palms were sweaty, and her mind raced with doubts. What if people think I'm strange? What if I say the wrong thing? These doubts can be paralyzing, making it difficult to take that first step. But Sarah finds comfort in knowing that even the earliest disciples experienced fear. Think about Peter, who walked on water but also sank because of doubt when he took his eyes off Jesus. Fear can creep in and shake our confidence, just as it did for him. But what if we viewed fear differently? Instead of letting it hold us back, we can see fear as an opportunity for growth. Jesus assured his followers, "Do not be afraid," encouraging them to take bold steps of faith. This message is still relevant today. We can choose to lean into that encouragement and remember that God is with us every step of the way. Sarah recalls a story from her own life that helps illustrate this idea. A few months back, she hesitated to invite a coworker, Mike, to church. She worried he might laugh at the idea or reject her altogether. But one day, Sarah decided to take a deep breath and simply asked him if he wanted to join her for a special service. To her surprise, he said yes. They ended up having an incredible conversation about faith after the service, where Mike even shared his own struggles. This experience taught Sarah an important lesson: often, our fears are based more on assumptions than reality. The truth is, many people are curious about faith, they just need someone to open the door for them. It's essential to remember that we're not alone in this journey. God equips us with the strength to share our stories. So how can we face our fears? First, let's start small. Instead of grand gestures, focus on simple conversations. Ask someone how their day is going or share a personal experience related to faith. Another great way to ease tension is through prayer. Ask God for courage and wisdom as you navigate these conversations. As we consider our own journeys, let's reflect on our fears and how they might be holding us back from sharing love and hope with others. Remember that every step forward, no matter how small, contributes to spreading faith in meaningful ways. Like Sarah finding the courage to reach out to Mike, we too can overcome fear and embrace the call Jesus has given each of us, to go forth and make disciples with confidence. As Sarah reflects on her journey of faith and the importance of sharing it with others, she turns to the Bible for inspiration. The stories of early Christians, particularly figures like Peter and Paul, showcase how the command to make disciples was lived out in powerful ways. These stories remind us that the call to share our faith is not new, it's a legacy that began with those who walked closely with Jesus. Consider Peter, one of Jesus' closest disciples. After the resurrection, Peter had his ups and downs, just like many of us. He faced fear and doubt, especially when he denied knowing Jesus 3 times. But after Pentecost, something changed. Empowered by the Holy Spirit, Peter stood boldly before a crowd and preached about Jesus. His message touched hearts, leading thousands to believe in Christ. This moment illustrates how transformation can take place when we embrace our calling to share our faith, despite our past mistakes. Now let's look at Paul, the man who once persecuted Christians. Imagine the shock when he had a dramatic encounter with Jesus on the road to Damascus. After this life-changing experience, Paul dedicated his life to spreading the gospel. He traveled far and wide, establishing churches and mentoring believers. His letters to these communities became foundational teachings for Christians around the world. Paul's story shows us that no one is beyond redemption. We all have a significant role in God's plan. These examples illustrate that making disciples isn't reserved for only a few talented individuals, it's an invitation for everyone, just like you and me. Each person can contribute uniquely based on their experiences and relationships. Whether it's through speaking, writing, or simply being present for someone in need, we all have opportunities to share the love of Christ. Sarah feels encouraged as she thinks about how she can follow in their footsteps. She realizes that living out her faith means being intentional about sharing her story with others, just as Peter and Paul did. By opening up about her struggles and how God has been a guiding light, she can help others find hope in their own lives. In this journey of multiplication, let's reflect on our own lives. How can we embody the spirit of Peter and Paul today? Who in our world needs encouragement or guidance? Remember that every story matters. Each act of kindness has the potential to inspire someone else's journey toward faith. As we move forward together, let's commit to embracing our roles as modern-day disciples, sharing Jesus' message with courage and love, knowing that we too can make a difference in the lives of others. As Sarah reflects on her journey and the importance of making disciples, she realizes that putting this into action doesn't have to be overwhelming. In fact, there are many simple, practical steps anyone can take to begin sharing their faith and making a difference in the lives of others. First, consider starting or joining a small group discussion. This could be with friends, family members, or even co-workers. Creating a safe space where everyone can share their thoughts and feelings about faith allows for deep connections to form. When people share their stories, they help one another grow. Sarah recalls hosting a small Bible study with a few friends, where open conversations led to meaningful discussions, laughter, and even healing. Another practical step is volunteering within your community. Whether it's helping at a local food bank, participating in community cleanups, or visiting nursing homes, serving others is a beautiful way to show Christ's love in action. Sarah remembers joining a service project where they worked to feed the hungry, and it not only brought joy to others but also strengthened her own faith as she saw the impact of their work. You can also start inviting people into your life. This could be as simple as asking a neighbor over for coffee or sharing a meal with someone new at your church. Building personal relationships creates opportunities for sharing faith naturally through conversation. Sarah thinks back to how inviting her coworker Mike to lunch opened doors for them to discuss deeper topics. Encourage acts of kindness in everyday situations too. A smile, a compliment, or even a warm greeting can brighten someone's day. You never know how much a simple act can encourage someone to explore faith further. Sarah begins to see how little things can accumulate and transform lives. Finally, remember the power of prayer. Pray not only for yourself but also for those around you who might be searching or struggling with their faith. Bringing God into the conversation allows Him to work in ways we can't always see. Sarah has made it a habit to pray for opportunities to share her faith and for courage when those moments arise. As each of us considers these steps, let's remember that making disciples is about being intentional in our daily lives. Sharing faith doesn't require grand gestures but rather consistent actions fueled by love and compassion. So today, reflect on these practical steps. What small group can you join? Where can you volunteer? Who might you invite into your life for uplifting conversations? Each action taken is a step toward fulfilling Jesus' command. Like Sarah discovering her mission, let's move forward with confidence and grace, knowing that we all have the power to make disciples in our own unique ways. As Sarah continues her journey of faith, she recognizes a powerful truth: the importance of community in nurturing her spiritual growth and that of others. In a world where isolation is all too common, she finds comfort and strength in the connections she's formed. It's no longer just about individual belief, it's about walking this path together. Imagine being in a beautiful garden, where each flower represents a unique person. When they're all planted close together, they support one another, share resources, and grow stronger as a collective. This is the essence of community. God designed us to be interdependent. Sarah recalls how her friendships have been like those flowers, providing support during difficult times and celebrating each other's victories. Take a moment to think about the early Christians. They understood the power of community and lived it out continuously. In Acts 2 verses 42 to 47, we read about how they devoted themselves to teaching, fellowship, breaking bread, and prayer. They shared everything, cared for one another's needs, and genuinely celebrated life together. Their strong bond fueled their faith and helped them spread the message of Christ far and wide. Sarah draws inspiration from their example and wants to create that same sense of belonging in her own life. One memory stands out to Sarah, when she participated in a church retreat with her community. They gathered for prayer, shared personal testimonies, and engaged in discussions about faith. The experience brought them closer together and allowed everyone to feel understood and supported. Each person's struggles and joys colored the tapestry of their shared faith journey, making it richer and more vibrant. Sarah realizes that this act of coming together doesn't just help individuals grow, it multiplies faith in powerful ways. As they share their stories, their hope becomes contagious. She understands that God uses these connections to empower each member of the community to step into their calling, whether it's reaching out to others or encouraging one another to follow Jesus' teachings. As Sarah reflects on this power of community, she invites viewers to consider their own connections. Who are the people in your life who uplift you? How can you cultivate deeper relationships with them? Let's remember that we are not meant to walk alone on this journey of discipleship. By coming together, we build a support system that encourages growth, inspires action, and spreads love throughout our communities. Just as the early disciples relied on each other, we too can lean on one another to navigate life's challenges. So today, let's commit to nurturing our communities, being present for one another, sharing stories, and lifting each other up in faith. Together, we can create an environment rich with hope and love that reflects Jesus' command to go and make disciples. Let's embrace the beautiful journey of growing together as a united family in Christ. As Sarah contemplates her journey and the power of community, she feels a stirring in her heart, a gentle nudge to reflect on her own life and the impact she can have on others. She realizes that Jesus' command to go and make disciples isn't just a call for some, it's a personal invitation for each one of us to influence those around us positively. Imagine standing on the edge of a riverbank, watching the water flow. Each ripple represents a moment in which you can make a difference in someone's life. What if we pause to ask ourselves, who can I reach out to today? Who might need encouragement or a listening ear? These questions open up opportunities for us to share hope and love with others. Sarah recalls a time when she felt unsure about her own influence. One evening, she was at a local coffee shop when she noticed a young woman sitting alone, visibly upset. Sarah felt compelled to approach her, but fear crept in. What if the woman didn't want to talk? After taking a deep breath and praying for courage, Sarah decided to reach out. "Hi there, I couldn't help but notice you look a little down. Is there anything I can do or talk about?" To her surprise, this simple gesture opened the door to a heartfelt conversation. The young woman shared her struggles, and through their exchange, Sarah was able to offer comfort and encouragement. This moment transformed not only the young woman's day but also Sarah's perspective on her ability to impact lives. She recognized how easy it can be to make small gestures that resonate deeply with others, acts that might lead them closer to understanding God's love. As viewers reflect on their own lives, Sarah encourages them to consider how they can step into their roles as influencers in their communities. Are there people at work who could use support? Friends who may be struggling with faith? Or even strangers who need kindness? Every encounter is an opportunity to share light and hope. Let's take this moment together. Think about one person you can reach out to this week. It could be as simple as sending a text, offering to pray for someone, or inviting someone for coffee. Remember that these small actions can have ripple effects beyond what we might imagine. As we embrace our calling, let's commit ourselves to this journey of discipleship. Each of us has the power to inspire change, cultivate relationships, and reflect Jesus' love. Just like Sarah learned through her experiences, we can all become beacons of hope in our communities. Let's walk forward together in faith, eager to make disciples and uplift those around us. As Sarah reflects on her journey throughout this entire experience, she can't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude and hope. The path of discipleship is not a sprint, it's an ongoing journey filled with opportunities for learning, growth, and transformation. Each step can lead to powerful moments that not only impact our own lives but also influence future generations. Think for a moment about the legacy we leave behind. The actions we take today, the kindness we show, and the faith we share can create ripples that extend far beyond our immediate circles. Just as a small pebble dropped into a pond creates waves that spread outward, our efforts in making disciples can reach people we may never meet but who will be touched by the love of Christ. Sarah recalls the stories of those who went before her, the people in her community who made an everlasting impact through their faith. From mentors who invested time in her development to friends who offered support during difficult times, their faithfulness inspired her to be more intentional in her own life. She now understands that every act of love carries potential. One conversation might encourage someone to come to faith, and one smile might brighten a day that seemed dark. This journey is filled with hope because every person has value in God's eyes. When we extend grace and kindness, we're not just supporting one another, we're changing lives. Jesus' command to go and make disciples embodies this transformative power, the ability to cultivate faith in others while enhancing our own walk with Him. As viewers encounter their own crossroads in life, they can reflect on how they want to contribute to this beautiful tapestry of faith. Who has influenced your life positively? How did their actions impact your journey? Now think about how you can become that beacon for someone else. Every little thing counts, from sharing your story to mentoring someone seeking guidance. We are all called to be part of God's great work here on earth, and through our collective efforts, we can inspire change that echoes through time. Let this journey be filled with love and joy as each of us pursues our calling, not just as individual believers but as a united community. Together, let's embrace the challenge of making disciples and uplifting those around us. In the end, remember, making disciples isn't just about numbers or conversions, it's about relationships built on love and trust that can transform hearts for generations to come. As Sarah takes this message to heart, she looks forward with hope, eager to spread joy and faith wherever she goes. Let's embark on this beautiful journey together.